Hi everyone. In today's video, we're tackling a common challenge when running Traefik in production, sharing middleware across different Kubernetes namespaces. If you've ever found yourself copy-pasting the same single sign-on configuration into 5 different namespaces, you know exactly how painful that is. For security reasons, Traefik blocks cross-namespace references by default. And if you're using the new Gateway API's HTTPRoute, it's even trickier because the spec doesn't natively support cross-namespace middleware. But don't worry, we're going to fix this. I'll show you how to enable global cross-namespace support and use the Chain Middleware Pattern to efficiently manage your policies from a single place. Let's look at the problem. Imagine you have a centralized platform namespace called ServiceFoundry. Inside, you have a forward auth middleware handling SSO with OAuth 2 proxy. It's defined perfectly in forward auth middleware.yaml. Now, you want to use this same middleware for an application in a different namespace, say Argo rollouts. Without cross-namespace support, you're forced to duplicate the entire configuration. This violates the don't repeat yourself principle and leads to maintenance nightmares. Here is our 3-step solution to solve this elegantly. First, we'll configure Traefik globally to allow cross-namespace references. Second, for legacy IngressRoute resources, we'll use direct namespace references. And third, for the standard HTTPRoute, we'll implement a Delegate middleware using Traefik's chain feature to bridge the gap. Let's start with the global configuration. Open your Traefik Helm chart values, usually customvalues.yaml. Under the providers.kubernetescrd section, you need to set allowCrossNamespace to true. This acts as the master switch. Also, ensure your gateway listener's namespace policy is set to all, so routes from any namespace can attach to your gateway. A quick security note here. Enabling this means any IngressRoute can reference any middleware. Make sure you trust your middleware namespace or use RBAC to control who can create resources there. Now, let's look at step 2, using IngressRoute. Traefik's native CRD makes this easy. In your Argo rollouts IngressRoute.yaml, look at the middleware section. We reference forward auth by name, but we also add the namespace property, pointing to ServiceFoundry. This tells Traefik, don't look locally, go find this middleware in the ServiceFoundry namespace. It's simple, explicit, and works right out of the box once the global setting is on. Now for the tricky part, step 3, the HTTPRoute. The Gateway API Standards extension ref unfortunately does not have a namespace field, so we use the Chain Middleware Pattern as a workaround. Here's how it works. In the application namespace, Argo rollouts, we create a local Delegate middleware. Let's call it forward auth delegate. This middleware doesn't do any auth itself. It simply uses the chain type to reference the real forward auth middleware in ServiceFoundry. Because this is a Traefik middleware resource, it can use the namespace field. Then, in our HTTPRoute, we simply reference this local forward auth delegate. The route talks to the local delegate, and the delegate talks to the remote auth service. Problem solved. Let's verify our work. Navigate to your application URL, argorollouts.servicefoundry.org. You should be immediately redirected to the Keycloak login page. This confirms the entire chain is working. The HTTPRoute hit the local delegate, which invoked the remote forward auth middleware, which triggered the SSO flow. After logging in, you'll see the dashboard. To wrap up, we moved from duplicating middleware to centralized management. We enabled allowCrossNamespace in Traefik. We used direct references in IngressRoute and the chain pattern in HTTPRoute. This keeps your configuration dry, secure, and easy to maintain. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more production Kubernetes tips. Don't forget to run kube control apply on your new manifests.